Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from every guy, Ronald is here, and welcome back to the letter. So in the last episode, a lot of crazy exciting things happened. First of all, we met with Lauren. Lovely Lauren. Oh my. We had a great horror time with her, and after somehow managing to get out of her grabs, we managed to get on to Hana. And so yeah, that ended that day, and then after that we had the same dining chat with Hana, which we saw in the Hana arc too, except this time with Marian's point of view. And after that, due to I guess my decision, we had a little argument with Luke, and he got pissed off, and we were just like told to leave. And after that, we just decided to go to the bar, where she just she went berserk. And after that, we also met Ashton Frey regarding the case he's working on, which has something to do with Luke. And yeah, interesting things happened. If you have not checked out, check it out. So yeah, now we are over here, new day after where we stopped last night, or I don't know, not last night. I guess it's 2 days later after that night. Yeah, so we are right now back to the mansion. Let's see what's gonna happen in this episode. Alright, so do people ever have the feeling that they are working on something they really enjoy, but still it eventually tires them out? Because honestly, I have been feeling like this.
You have certainly exceeded expectations, Marianne. Everything looks so marvelous, and in such a short time, too.
The moments like this make all the hard work worth it. Definitely.
Well, I can't take all the credit. People have certainly been enthusiastic about the idea of working on the Wright mansion. There won't be any more problems unless Mr. Wright has any more objections about the second bedroom.
Oh, no. We proceed with that room as planned. I already agreed to him having his greenhouse and his vineyard and his stables. He may as well let me have this one thing.
We are only about halfway done, but the honest satisfaction on a client's face is enough for me to push through. Relatable when it comes to YouTube and YouTubers like me, definitely relatable. Let's face it, in between my exasperation at Mr. Wright's antics and her, I have been burning the candles at both ends. I can't even close my eyes without seeing a dead girl's face. Dead girl. Dead. She's dead. I have to keep reminding myself that, burying my feelings as deep as they have buried her body 6 feet under. I shouldn't waste so much time on someone who's supposed to be gone. I wasted so many years thinking about her already. There should be no need to bother myself with the dead when I should be bothering myself with the living. Too bad the living are usually as complicated, if not more, than ghosts of the past.
But don't you have a party?
Yes. But Luke's just being a sweetie, you see. That friend he's visiting. He's having marital problems and he's just trying to cheer him up.
Yeah, we are again having that same conversation which we had in the Hana arc, except from our POV now. It's even more complicated when the living in question is a pair of rich and famous socialites way past their honeymoon phase. And I've been somehow roped into being a relationship counselor.
They've been married for a long time and they've hit how do they say it? A rough patch. His wife has a drinking problem and can be very neglectful. The poor thing really does his best to be a good husband, but it's never enough for her. Sometimes I think it's the years. Maybe it's been so long that they've lost that romantic spark. What do you think?
If I'm going to be completely honest, I need to ask. This is about you and Mr. Wright, isn't it?
Suppose it is. What would you tell me?
Then, I tell you it's none of my business. I tell you that I don't want to meddle. But if the troubled husband with the neglectful wife asked me for my honest opinion, I'd say that he shouldn't base his happiness and his self-worth on someone else. Maybe he should try being independent for a while. See what it's like when he isn't trying to please someone else and doing things for himself. Everyone's supposed to be their own man or woman, right? A bit of breathing room never hurt anyone. We shouldn't let our fear control our lives.
Why she thinks a single woman like me would be the best source of relationship advice is beyond me. Still, I talk and answer to the best of my abilities. Although, I will be honest, when I came to this arc and this conversation was going on, I guess I also thought of her to be the best, in this kind of things regarding my assumption that, she had something to do with Luke in like ages, years ago, something like that. But yeah, all that was wrong. Without realizing it, I'm already pouring out a part of me that I had thought were long gone. I'd like to believe my words will be of some help to Mrs. Wright. If I'm honest though, they are of some help to me, like some weight have been taken off my shoulders. Lorraine.
I really should handle what's left of the work.
You won't be attending the party? Oh, you really must, Marianne.
The weight of what happened to her hasn't left me yet, did it? Maybe.
I'll try to stay in chat. Maybe grab a few bites and a drink, but I can't be around for the entirety of the event. My apologies. Busy, busy, busy.
You must stay a while. I'd love for you to meet some of my friends, and they're ever so excited to meet you. You need to say hello to the Lees, at least. If it wasn't for them, I'd never even heard of you.
Maybe it's about time I change that.
We'll see. So, if I can be excused?
Certainly. You'll have to excuse me as well. I must attend to the party before any early birds arrive, because believe me, they will throw a fuss if things aren't ready, even when they're not supposed to be here until an hour later.
Though I shouldn't dwell on the dead, I shouldn't just callously forget about them too. Saying that I have work left to do is an easy enough excuse to make. I know how other people see me. They see someone so obsessed with her craft that she would so easily miss things like a party for it. Outside the parlor, people hurry about here and there in preparation for the Wright's grand housewarming party. Then spare me a glance as I slip past them, each working on their appointed roles and not daring to slack off while they work for what is probably the most powerful couple in Luke's Bond. I make it into the kitchen with ease, the wind cellar being my final destination. I hope that's not literally the final destination. But when is a great task ever simple? Probably never. And this is a great task, isn't it? My greatest one yet that is worthy of being called a quest. I'm not acting as Marianne McCulloch, the professional interior designer, when I choose to lie about being too busy for a party. I am Marianne McCulloch, a lawful, neutral cleric with 9 points in wisdom and 8 in charisma. Just thinking of it like that makes it a bit cheesy. But still, it sounds really good. It helps with the fear. It helps overcome the insane thought that I'm actively seeking out something that has been plaguing me for years. I might face my worst nightmare, or I might see nothing and find my self-imaged grand quest fall flat. And who would have thought that gatekeeper to my final quest would be someone I thought would be a valuable ally?
Schnell! Hurry up, you snails! We are on a deadline and you are wasting my time!
The butler comes from the cellar and into the kitchen, tailed by a couple of others, people who I assume are most likely chefs and bartenders. He raises a brow, seeing me just standing there by the hatch, by the trapdoor. It almost looks like he's going to throw me out for being in the kitchen without permission. But then he motions for the others to disperse and familiarize themselves with their surroundings. Meanwhile, he continues to stand there, preventing entry into the darkness beyond.
What are you doing here, Fraulein? This is not the place for guests or in an architect right now. I request you leave.
I was just looking around for any last-minute things, yes?
Yes, you have been doing that a lot. Looking around, snooping about. Now is not the time for such things. If you're not careful, people might think you are up to something.
The look he gives me as he says this is almost chilling. If life was a game book, he'd probably be the true neutral warlock guarding the treasure room. A difficult opponent to beat with 9 points in wisdom and 8 in dexterity.
Well, I'm not done yet. I actually need to go into the wine cellar. Just need a quick go at the place. So just don't mind me. I'll be out of your hair soon enough.
Go outside, enjoy the party. Bask in the praise and adulation they will no doubt shower you with when the madam speaks highly of you. Surely you've had enough of this stuffy old kitchen by now. You do not want to cause trouble. Both the Bratwurst and Hannah want this to be perfect. It would be a disservice and disrespect to toe out of line and risk it being anything otherwise. And more importantly, I will be blamed for any failures that happens tonight.
His intervention almost turns me away. Maybe this is a sign I'm not meant to seek Lauren out. But
Please, it's really important.
15 minutes. 9, 10 minutes. Any longer and I'll pull you out of there myself. The Bratwurst will be furious if he thinks anyone is touching his precious wine without his permission.
Thank you. This seriously means a lot.
he steps aside begrudgingly. At this point, it looks like there's no turning back. Wow. Sounds like I'm into some kind of a bad ending or something like that. But yeah, now we are into the part where I'm like, this is the worst idea. No, why? Well, let's see. Things will get crazy now. The cellar greets me ominously as I descend. The space feels smaller with a lot more bottles lining the wall compared to before, and knowing what might be waiting for me here makes things worse. The mirror that had been moved from the study is my goal, yeah, and it's right in front of me as I can see. I did not return to it after my initial discovery, but the thought of Lorraine, how much I want to see her again, even if it's just for one moment, keeps coming back to mind. As I walk through the cellar, I have to stop when I feel something crunch beneath my feet. Oh, whatever few bottles were left behind here are now nothing but glass under my heels, perhaps dropped by one of the many chefs and bartenders, but the butler had escorted through here before, and it made a downright mess with red slick pooling from the remnants of a good drink. With how dark this place is, a person with a dark enough imagination can easily mistake it for blood. I can't help but think it is, despite the easy logical explanation that had come to my mind, only because of what I'm about to do. It's merely a momentary distraction as I continue to the end of the cellar where the mirror stands. Propped up on the far wall, it gleams innocently while pretending to be a simple ordinary mirror. How morbid to think this thing can show a person their deepest, most desperate desires and then twists it to an image so dark. That's what I had seen that day. Though I heard Lauren many times, I'd only seen her here within its frame. I wonder if people have discovered it before. How many were wasted away in front of it and murdered, and how many were frightened away by what they saw. Yet as I stand before it now, nothing. I can barely see my own reflection in this darkness.
How does this even work? Mirror, mirror on the wall? Something? Anything?
Nothing. Touching its surface doesn't make it magically activate or anything like that. There is no sudden surge of power, and I'm not suddenly granted sight. It stays what it is, a mirror. Was Lauren's appearance in the mirror all some sort of fever dream? Am I really that burdened with guilt and despair that my mind would eat itself in my stress and have me hallucinate such things? Either way, just going here on some crazed obsession for a girl long gone must warrant me as a trip to a doctor. Already I feel ill. After a few more minutes, in the hopes that something would change, I turn around to leave. I can just go back upstairs like nothing ever happened, perhaps drop by the party for some horse devourer. This arc has such hard words, man. Then go home and collect myself. Besides, Mrs. Wright is expecting me and
Going to leave me again then, are you?
I stop in my tracks, but I don't turn back. As much as it pains me, I don't look back. If I'm just hearing her again, desperately delusional, and I look back to see nothing, I don't want to give myself false hope. But when I feel fingers around my wrist pull at me, I look back in shock. My first thought is, how in God's name is this possible? And the second is, Lorraine? Her hands are cold.
Are you that mad at me that you're just going to ignore me, Marianne?
I don't know what to say, and I can only stare at her in wonder. She stands there in the mirror with only her arm extended outward for my sake. I look at the hand still holding my wrist, and when she sees me looking at it, she moves it so that our hands are intertwined, fingers weaved together. Seeing her there and feeling her touch meant I'm not crazy. Though, however impossible and unexplainable this is all to me right now, it just takes my breath away. Pulling her out from there is tempting. I can imagine doing so with ease. We can be together again, Lauren and Marianne, like nothing had ever happened. But that would be all a great big lie, wouldn't it?
What? Tack out your tongue? Don't just look at me like that. Say something.
Even if this thing were some magic portal that could bring back the dead, that doesn't erase anything. Just looking at her, still a younger teenager while I'm already a grown woman, it serves no other reason than to break the illusion that blinds me. I have seen her twice now, always behind the mirror. If this is real, if this isn't some delusional, then why can't she only exist behind the glass?
You have no idea how happy I am to see you. It's been so long.
You don't look happy.
I really am happy. But at the same time, I can't help but think about what happened to you.
And what does that mean? What are you saying?
She gives me this peculiar look, and before my eyes she moves to step out of the mirror. In turn, I wrench my hand from her and take a step back, almost as I am afraid.
I don't know how this is possible. But whatever this is, it isn't real. You can't be real.
I'm right here, aren't I? What other proof do you need?
No. I see you. I hear you. I feel you. But even with all that, you can't be real. You just can't. I saw your body. I helped bury you. You're dead.
A deep hurt crosses her face, and it just breaks my heart in two, seeing her wear that expression.
Burying me wasn't the only thing you did. Don't you dare lie. But I'm going to be the bigger woman, aren't I? Let bygones be bygones. I'll forgive you, as long as you stay with me, Marianne. That's why you came down here, right? To find me?
That was the plan. I came down here looking for her, for closure. But this isn't just closure. This is something else entirely. I didn't think I would be forced to make such a choice. Oh my god. This very choice can be good end a bad end. Let's say. So it is about time. Time to make the decision whether we will live or whether we will die. And I choose to live. That is, I need to move on because, yeah, she's not real. She's the ghost. So far, we have not seen the ghost that has been haunting us in all of the arcs except this one. And I guess in this one, she is in the form of Lorraine. And yeah, I am definitely nonetheless gonna stay over here, and I need to get out of here. Unless if that's a bad idea too, but hey, I need to, so let's go. Closure. That's all I came here for. Whatever this is, it might as well all be just a devil's trick. And I might as well make some use of it, right? I say nothing at first, for fear of angering whatever phantom this is. I take Lauren's hand and bring it up to my lips, pressing a kiss to her knuckles. She takes it as some sort of invitation to pull me along, to step back into the mirror until only her arm is extended again.
I should have been more honest back then, both to you and myself. I know it's too late. I'm sorry. But
the thought of being with the dead did not agree with me, not one bit.
I can't stay with you.
So what? You're going to leave me for some old trophy wife? That's it, isn't it? You're going to leave poor Amy Lorraine and go after the next rich, pretty blonde that you see.
This is a mistake.
All these years, guilt has been my driving force. I felt so guilty for what I did, what I didn't do.
She thinks she can guilt me into being complacent, but she realizes otherwise as I pull my hand from her. I don't like this. And going by the look of anger on her face and anger that runs cold, she did not like the fact that I am not some puppet on a string. Had she chosen her words carefully, I would have accepted whatever punishment Lauren chooses to give me. guilt had ran in my life and it might have very well ended it. Because I deserved it.
But what I did to me. The blood in my hands is mine, not yours.
Whoever or whatever this shadow is, my gut tells me she's not Lorraine. Yeah. But let's see if it can go the other way around bad, and let's see. Yet I keep talking as if she is.
I broke your heart, not your neck.
Don't you dare deny it! It was your fault!
Because I loved you more than I dare to admit? Yes, that was my fault. But I never meant to hurt you like that.
Despite my words, no matter how sincere they are, she appears angry, enraged in fact. It's been years since I last saw that face, and even now, the memory of it is still etched deeply in my mind. The hurt, the tears, and the hate spilling from her eyes that day, the moment I rejected her. Rejected myself for who I am. And she definitely will hate what I'm about to do next. To my left, a wine rack. And from there, I take a bottle and pray to all the saints I can remember. For all of my sins. For every hurtful words I've uttered. For what I've driven her to do that day. What I forced her into.
What are you doing?
I do it without thinking twice. Quickly, before I can hesitate, I grab a bottle and send it straight towards the mirror. Shards of the bottle and the mirror are sent flying everywhere as Lorraine's scream echo in the sunlight. It was more of like the ghost scream. Bitter, searing, like every wounding accusation she hurled at me. They have never left me. I doubt they ever will. But with this, I can move away from them, from her, live my life as I should, free from the burden. Her burden. Because the Lorraine I know, the real one, the person I loved, will never want me carrying this to my death. Because she loved you, so yeah, definitely she won't. As the screaming dies down, I can't help but mutter weakly.
It's done. It's done. Oh, Lorraine. Forgive me, Lorraine.
So many doubts. Okay, I take some time to compose myself, breathing in and out, stamping down on the tremors, still racking my hands, straightening out my jacket and fixing my hair. All a weak attempt at returning myself to someone resembling my normal self. This would probably be easier to do so with a mirror, but I likely won't be able to stand looking at one for a long time.
Well now, I should probably go back up there. Party to attend, rich socialites to do business with, and food to eat. Mrs. Wright will be happy if I make some time for it anyway.
Yet, one last time, to the shattered glass beneath my feet.
I'm sorry, Lorraine. May you see God's light on the path.
Turning around to leave, and for good this time, the uneasy smile on my face falls as I see Lorraine whole and well.
Come on, Mac. You really didn't think it would be that easy, did you? You get bonus points for trying. But you should know an 8 in charisma is not enough to turn undead.
She advances towards me, backs me against the wall. I can't even reach for another wine bottle without putting myself within her reach. Despite my earlier bravado, I didn't think she will be able to exist at all without the mirror. Can you blame me though? It's not like I'm an expert on the supernatural.
That's not... You shouldn't be...
What? After the mirror? Did you think just moving on will erase what you did to me? You're nothing but a murderer, Marianne. A murderer!
Stay back. You're not real. Leave me alone. Stop. I'm trying to move on with my life, so why won't you let me? Please. Just get out of my head and leave me be.
I try to find an exit when there is a click. The next thing I know, I'm falling back into darkness. Whoa! I fall on my back and a door slams shut behind me. In a daze, I look around warily and find myself in another room entirely. This is like a dungeon. This is like underground cell dungeon or something. Kind of like a prison. Underground prison or something like that. On the other side of the wall, some sort of secret passage, perhaps an underground tunnel that has me wary and frightened. It also proves that the oddities in the mansion's floor plans are a lot more than just little disappearances. I expect Lorraine to jump out at me from the darkness at any time. A breeze blowing through the tunnel has me relieved, though at the idea that there is still a way to escape should that happen. That is way better than being trapped underground with only God knows what that was. A funny thought comes to my mind as I start walking to where the exit might be. I think about how Mrs. Wright would be so disappointed if I didn't show up to the party. I imagine how furious Mr. Wright would be for breaking one of his wine bottles. Even Johan's reaction comes to mind, though I don't really know with that guy. One thing's for sure is that I would be calling Cam and Haruna for a drink as soon as I get out of here. That noise has me worried. Oh no! She's finally here! She has not been in the entire arc, but now she is over here. A ghastly thing, a corpse of a woman leans on the wall. Her arms and limbs, almost every inch of her lithe body, is peppered with wounds and rotting flesh. And it is then that the putrid smell of blood and gore hits me, making it so that I don't even question how I missed it in the first place.
How long has this been here? Ugh, that smell. Oh, you're a nasty one, aren't you?
I flinch as the thing twitches. Now that is not gonna be good. And as soon as it opens its eyes and looks at me with a smile, there is nothing on my mind but horror. I break into a run. I try to keep on running, no matter how much my legs and feet scream at me to stop. I keep going, even when I look back and see nothing of her anymore, because I can still hear her. The scampering of her feet, the words she tries to form with her bloodied mouth, and the painful sounds of bones grinding against each other as she moves closer and closer to me.
How long are these damn tunnels?
There's a split second where I know that thing is right behind me, a strange sensation creeping over my limbs when her presence looms over me. And then suddenly, I can't even do anything before I'm yanked by the hair and pulled back. Still, I struggle up until I'm thrown to the side like some rag doll. Ooh, I hit the ground on my side, and the musty smell of old hay that reaches me is my only indication that I'm still alive.
Please don't hurt me.
My body hurts and I keep my eyes shut tight, afraid of what might happen next.
What's wrong, Marianne? Are you really afraid of little old me?
There is only dread, seeing how she's followed me even here. She looms over me, backs me further in the cell that I was thrown in.
Please. It's so cold. I don't want to be alone, Marianne. Why won't you stay with me? Why would you leave me? Why?
What are you?
Lorraine turns and shifts into that thing from before. Told you! Lorraine is the ghost. That's about it, but wow! Never expected that the decision of mine, which looked like a good idea, would impact, which I kinda expected it to go the other way around too, but wow, it indeed went on to the bad ending. I think this is a bad end. Lorraine turns and shifts into that thing from before, and with that same gruesome grin, it takes a step forward towards the cell, towards me. I barely scramble to my knees when the door to the cell slams shut and it just stands there staring. Shouts for help ring out in the tunnels, but none of them are coming from me. I'm more paralyzed and shocked by what is happening. My throat tightens at being fooled by the image of Lorraine, at the thought of being trapped down here. So then, where?
Help me, oh help me! Are you getting all this on camera, Carl? Yeah, but are you guys sure this is a good idea? We're breaking and entering here. Don't worry, the owners of this place haven't been here in a long time. Look at this thing, though. It has writing in blood like some cheesy 80s horror prop. Wait, I have an idea.
Wait, are they in the mansion? Like some brats in the mansion?
Oh man, that's genius!
Brat only. Other brat.
What kind of butthead would even take this thing seriously? Maybe we can stick this in Rowan's backpack. That's Juarez kid would panic.
What? Spit it out.
But spit it out. Look behind you.
Behind you.
There, in the corner of the cell, a digital camera comes flickering to life and a video has played back on the screen. It was hard to even consider paying any attention to it when my life is on the line. But when the ghost doesn't move and the teenagers' mocking shouts of help me filled the cell, I just had to... And what I had seen students, judging by their St. Goretti uniforms, they were holding...
That letter!
And that thing, the woman, she... Whoa! She was transforming into two women. Like she was the ghost and then she was the lady from one of the memory fragments. I guess Lady Charlotte? Whoa! Rebecca. Whoa! We are done! Yeah, so... Did I got the good end? Did I got the bad end? Let's check out though. Oh, okay, so I don't know what variant B means, but I surely got an ending where I think I'm not dead. I don't know. But yeah, apparently if you choose to go for this, that is I guess okay, so we got ending 1 variant B. Not sure what variant B means, but I think, I don't know, let's see. But if I had chosen the other option, it would have taken me this one, ending 1 variant A, I guess. Yeah, but this is interesting. Wow, I wonder what this 2 might have been though. Maybe if I had chosen not to go to the first floor, I guess that's where this ending would come up, where we never met with the ghost of Lorraine. Yeah, maybe that's what might unlock these 2 things. Not sure, but wow, we got quite an interesting end. Not sure if we died or we survived or what just happened with us. Like we are trapped. We got to know something about the letter and the fact that Lorraine was never Lorraine. That was pretty obvious. It was the ghost in Lorraine's form. And the big twist is that the ghost was like half that maid girl and half Lady Charlotte, which is really interesting to see what is up with that. So yeah, we are done with the Marianne arc, and in the next episode we'll continue with the Rebecca arc, and I will try to bring out the chapter 3, that is Zach's all endings, all branch route video. I definitely did not did that solely because it is very huge and I was waiting for this arc to get done in order to move on to that one. So yeah, maybe next episode will be that. Not gonna guarantee it, but yeah, for now we are done with this arc. Really amazing. This arc was really interesting. Marianne, not my favorite character I will say, but surely a very interesting character, and it was fun to see her though and know more about her and everything though. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, please click that like button, subscribe for awesome content, comment down below your thoughts. Like I did my comment down below thoughts thingy first, so I just got confused on that part. But hey, comment down below thoughts on this part too, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye. Shabakar.